Let's talk about branding, guys. Let's talk about branding. I came across an article on Business Insider. You guys know where I get a lot of my content from because I actually love the site and so forth, and they actually have some really good content. But let me do something. I'm going to share this with you guys, and I'm going to talk through it because I want you guys to think about your personal brand as well as you continue to ladder climb. But as the economy begins to shrink and continues to shrink, right? Obviously, you guys saw the news. You saw what happened to the stock market at the end of the yesterday after Fed Chairman Powell came out and said that they're going to continue to increase interest rates, right? They're going to slow down the economy. It's going to cause some pain for others. Well, you got to think about it. What is that going to do? It's going to slow down the economy. It's going to slow down business. It's going to slow down spending. And with that happening, right, companies are going to start to downsize. And you want to make sure that you are part of the team that remains at the company that you're working for, right? And a lot of that has to do with personal branding and how you brand yourself. So I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to share this article with you guys on personal branding and how to build a personal brand that will help you keep your job if you are at a company that may be downsizing because of the economic downturn, okay? So the article is called "A Personal Brand Could Help Keep Your Job in a Recession." And here's 5 ways to build yours and become an indispensable at work. Okay, we're gonna just jump right into this one, right? So you want to plan your brand around what she says are your superpowers. So you got to think about yourself here. Think about what it is that you actually do well. Again, I can talk about myself all day, but I want you guys to think about what it is that you do well, right? And you want to craft your brand around what your natural talents are, what you do well, right? So a lot of this around personal branding is, doing a self-evaluation and always being in tune to who you are as a person, what your likes are, what you don't like, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and so forth. And whatever that goes into the boxes of strengths and that you do a little bit better than others, even the executives that you work with, right? It could be the fact that you're better at handling difficult conversations, or you're better at getting executives on the phone for executive alignment, whatever it is. Those are considered to be your superpowers. And then you should build your brand around your superpowers, what it is that you do very well that's better than other people. And you can think about this. If you've gone through school, because we've all gone through school, whether it's elementary, high school, and so forth, you have to think about what is it that you've done better than other people. And whatever that is, outside of the physical stuff, right? Those are your superpowers and those are your strengths. And that's what you should build your brand around. Second, you should align your brand, whatever that brand is, to that of what the company goals are, right? So I think about myself. I'm a relationship builder. I'm a community builder. I'm a person that can gain credibility and establish rapport very, very fast, right? I think about those as some of my superpowers, and I have aligned that with our company goals. And that's why I'm in sales. And that's why I continue to, grow within the company that I'm working for in sales. And I'm able to, grow the business like heights, because I've learned, some of the sales skills and so forth, right? But you have to make sure your brand aligns with the company goals, right? So if you're a person that is, very, very polished, right? You want to make sure that you are helping the company in that sort of way, right? So, no matter what the company goals are, your brand should align to what those company goals are. If it's growing revenue, if it's, to have the best customer service or the best, give, customers the best customer experience, you want to make sure that your brand is aligned with the company goals as well. And then think about your brand as a whole package, right? A lot of people say, okay, well, I'm polished, and that's part of my brand, showing up every day and so forth. But if you show up every single day and, you're saying you're polished and you have a level of professionalism, but yet you show up on Zoom calls and you have, your hair is all over the place and you just got out of bed and you have the frog in your throat, then you're not representing your entire brand, right? Like when you are representing your entire brand, you have to show up. That's what people know you for, right? So think about it as the whole package, and it's not just that one piece of it. It has to be the entire package, right? So give it your all. That's the whole point. Give it your all. Not just a certain part of you. Give it your all. Your brand should be something that you want people to, when they think about it, they want to be a part of it. They want to purchase it off the shelf. I always talk about like your brand should be your representation of, a product that exists that customers want, whether that's a Toyota, whether that's a Mercedes, whether that's a Dodge or, Lexus, whatever it is. Think about your brand, the entire package, because Toyotas make some really good cars and they're known for their reliability. Well, think about you, who you are as a person. Do you do good work, but are you reliable? That's what the entire package represents, right? So that's where you need to make sure that you think about your entire package when you come to the table with the brand. People should know you for something and it should represent you to the max, okay? I would also say this. Now is not the time to talk and look like a liability, right? And what she means by this is this, guys, is, a person that is inconsistent. You can be a good worker, right? You can be a person that, has a really good brand, but at the end of the day, when the company needs work to be done and you don't respond on time, right? Or something work needs to be done on the weekend, and you're the type of person that says, I'm not going to get it done, right? Because I have my boundaries and I'm set. Think about that as your brand. Think about that as well too. And don't look like a liability, right? If a deal is on the table and you know that work needs to be done on the weekend and you need to get an executive on the phone to talk to a customer over the weekend to get this thing done within the month of August, and you're saying, I'm not going to work on the weekend, you're a liability. You're an absolute liability. So think about the entire package, but don't look like a liability. Be consistent, be reliable, be somebody that they're going to say, oh, you know what? I'll give this guy anything because I know he's going to get done. I know he's going to get it done. Or I give this young lady anything because I know she's going to get it done. Right? That's the reliability part. And most importantly, guys, I'm going to hit on this one real fast, is sell your brand. You know what? Toyota just doesn't, have the cars in a row without talking about it, without branding campaigns, right? Lexus, Mercedes, they all have advertisement that talks about their brand. Well, you have to sell your brand. And I think that's one of the areas that we can get better at in our career, because a lot of times we think that selling our brand is bragging. Well, if you don't sell your brand, nobody is. Nobody else is going to sell your brand for you, right? I hear a lot of times, well, people talk about, okay, well, my work is going to speak for itself. Okay, well, I'll tell you this, and this is what's actually in the article as well. Your work is not speaking loud enough. Your work is not speaking loud enough. No matter if you are, getting, or let's just say you're in a help desk and you're the number one person that closes the tickets and you're out running the entire team. Okay, that work is not speaking loud enough for you. It's not. So you have to sell your brand. You have to talk about your accomplishments. You have to talk about what your plans are, how you are contributing to the overall company goals, how you are a team player, and so forth. You have to sell yourself. You have to self-promote yourself if you want to get to the bag. If you want to get, and be part of a team that continuously allows for you to grow within your career and pay you more money and so forth, and you continue to climb the ladder, the best of them self-promote themselves. They self-promote themselves, which gives you opportunity to seek new opportunities in your career, allow for you to continuously get promoted, ultimately making a lot more money. So toot your horn, guys. I talk about that often. Toot your horn. It's important to toot your horn because, again, nobody else is going to toot your horn for you if you don't do it. So I want you guys to think about that as well, too, as you go through this journey. And when you think about branding yourself, especially during a time like this, companies are downsizing. Every time I turn on, Business Insider, or turn on the news, or just look in Google News in general, you hear about companies that are choosing to lay people off, right? And that's going to continue to happen. I mean, like the news came out yesterday. The Dow dropped 1,000 points. Crypto went and dropped as well too, right? That means companies' valuations are going down. Cash is drying up, right? And companies are going to spend less. So sales is going to be harder to make, right? Sales is going to be very difficult and challenging because companies are going to start tightening budgets. They're going to start assessing if they need, 15 people in their team. And can they do with 10? Can they do with 5, right? Do they need people who are making $500,000 a year when they can bring in somebody who can do the job and for $100,000? Companies are going to start tightening their belt, and that's why personal brand, even if you're making $500,000, they can get somebody cheaper, right? If you have a personal brand, you will stick around. You will stick around. It's recession proof. Now, guys, I want you guys to think about that. And guys, if you don't know how to build your personal brand, you need some help, again, book a professional coaching session with me, www.blkheights, become part of the Patreon, talk to some of the other members who are in the community who are building their personal brand and can help you build your personal brand as well too.